Hey guys, it is Tuesday here in West Virginia, and we are doing a two for Truckin' Tuesday. And what we have today that we're cracking open for you is the four-wheel drive version of this guy, and it's not a custom that I made. I was really surprised to see this in the M2 dioramas or M2 auto figures, whatever they call those things. I don't think there's even a name on the package what they call them. But yeah, just taking a look at it again. But anyways, that is one that I wanted to make into a four-wheel drive or a lowrider. I just never got the extra truck to do it because these are getting pretty expensive on eBay and hard to find. The real Little Red Express, the first one that they released, I can find the club one, but the club one, I don't know. I'm just not into that gold trim and gold wheels and such. I'm not much of a chase collector anymore, and that's what that truck reminds me of. So I'd rather just have this version and put a lower base on it and put a four-wheel drive base on it. But anyways, M2 did the four-wheel drive for me, so I didn't have to modify one. And here it is. It is in those auto dioramas, and it is, let me try to adjust this a little more where we can see the whole thing. Maybe, well, that's not gonna work, but anyways, yeah, there we go. That kind of helps a little. So anyways, these are the dioramas that they make. This is the latest release. I know that they gave us previews of the next release coming up, but this is the release that is starting to hit stores now. So this one I should have probably not overpaid for them, but I did. I bought two sets just because I'm worried that my Walmart may not get them because my Walmart's way behind on everything. They were even around Christmas, so I just went ahead and bought them off eBay. And here you can see it is release 8 from these. Is it release? Yeah, release 8. I was trying to see if it was a 6 or 8. But anyways, yeah, it's the 8th diorama release. So they've been cranking these things out, man. I know the Dodge truck has only been out since I think it was September or October of 2023 when they first appeared. And they already have with the ones coming up, I think 54 different models. And that's in just a year and like 4 months that they've cranked out 53 or 54 different models of the Dodge truck. So it's crazy to try to keep up with them. They just gave the preview yesterday for the new Valentine's Day Sweethearts. They have a Macho Power Wagon in the series this year. Last year it was a Little Red Express. This year it's a Macho Power Wagon. So it's crazy keeping up with these things. So far I've got everyone released to date except for the club piece. So anyways, guys, you can see this thing looks really, really good with the Little Red Express on a lifted chassis. And you could see the rear bumper is on it, and it's the same complaint with this one as I complained on the Warlock Auto Hauler. The rear bumper looks a little bit too low, but I think I'll just leave it alone and such. And this advertisement, they'll pull you through every time. Power Wagon pickups. There's over 40 years of four-wheel drive experience behind them, a real tradition, and it's getting stronger every year. They never made a 4x4 Little Red Express. So I don't know. As far as I know, they didn't. So this kind of defeats the purpose of being like an original truck for an original ad. But still, I'll take it. I think it looks really cool. And then you get two figures, a girl with a cowboy hat and a guy with a cowboy hat, and the truck. So these are $9.95 usually at Walmart. And if you didn't know, if you haven't opened these yet, the figures are actually die-cast also. As you can see up here, it says die-cast figures and accessories. And it's true, the figures are die-cast, just like the American Diorama. So let's get this opened up. Well, not this one exactly. I did order two of them, one to keep in the package and one to open. Because the dioramas, I do have the Warlock and the Challenger unopened hanging on the wall, but I always buy extras of the trucks to have for customizing or just to have in my display case with the others. The only ones that I'm like keeping in the package and keeping doubles of is the dioramas. So as you can see, it is a really sweet looking truck out of the package. Little red truck there and a little red express truck. And it does have a Power Wagon 150 on the fender. I like these wheels, the holes and the bead locks. Looks really cool. Nice detail on the grill. And this one, the hood aligns very nicely. I mean, well, it's got a bigger gap over there on the back side, but it shuts all the way. My other one inside the package, as you can see, the front corner sticks up a little bit. That's a problem with a lot of the trucks. Their hoods don't line up so good. Even my Hobby Lobby exclusive pink one has a hood that's off a little bit. But I didn't pay a whole lot for it, so I'm not that angry about it. So 1978, my birth year, and I guess the Little Red Express is the fastest production vehicle in the U.S. I don't think it was in the world, but it was the fastest production vehicle in America in 1978. So, sorry guys, I had to get a drink of something. So anyways, as I always point out, their chassis are amazing for the four-wheel drive stuff. The floating differentials and the drive shafts that are their own. I mean, they're not part of the chassis. They're separate pieces. So it really, really looks good. The leaf springs on these are made of metal and it's part of the base. So it works out really well for like the 4x4 chassis setup because the rear end and front end differentials are plastic and sort of dry shafts, but because of those metal leaf springs, it makes it pretty rigid. So very nice job on the 4x4 chassis on mostly all of them that M2's done. The square bodies, the Dodges, and the Fords are like that. So right now for the price range, they have the best 4x4 chassis on the market. And that's it for the trucks. Now the figures, here they are. Here's the girl up close, and it is metal, which is kind of cool. And what I do with these guys, I usually, well, I'll show you what I did on my other ones from the, I forget what set. This is from the square body set. I take PVC plastic, I guess that's what I would call it, the plastic blisters from like a Hot Wheel or even one of these packages that the dioramas come in. I cut a flat piece and glue it to their feet. So basically they can stand anywhere you want them to. And you can't really see it that well either because it's clear, transparent, and it's really hard to see. So it doesn't take away from the figure. That's what I usually do with these. So that is a tip on how to get your figurines to stand wherever you really want them to stand. And then you have this guy, saying hi or something like that by taking his hat off. It's like a cowboy greeting, I guess. So anyways, they do need to find some different figures though, because this guy is with the Dodge, and then they had the square body truck, and they had this guy, same figures, just different shirts, different hats, and then they had another set, I forget which one it was, and this guy was in it. So they're using this cowboy and cowgirl over and over again. They need to come out with some different figures for like the off-road sets. Oh yeah, the other cowboy came with this C60 back here. So anyways, yeah, they do need to come up with some other figures for like the farm trucks or something. Have a guy with just his hat on and his hands at his side instead of everybody tipping their hat. So I would like to see some new figures come out. But anyways, that's it for today for our Truckin' Tuesday, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Get a close-up look of this little Red Express 4x4, and it should be hitting most Walmarts by now. I know the ones that I ordered were from the West Coast, so probably either this week or the next week, they should start appearing in the Midwest or on the East Coast, hopefully. So anyways, guys, that's it. And we'll be back on Friday for our Free It Friday. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you then.